Ever caught yourself forgetting where you left your keys or blanking on a familiar name, and wondered if it's just senior moments, or something more serious? You're not alone. Many older adults share that worry. In fact, data show about 1 in 9 Americans 65 or older report noticing worsening memory or confusion. Small lapses like misplacing glasses or forgetting a word can feel alarming. But here's some good news. Forgetfulness isn't an inevitable fate. Often, it's driven by habits you can change: what you eat, how much you move, and how well you sleep. Everyday choices, from high-sugar snacks to skipping your morning walk to late nights, play a big role in brain health. A leading neurologist has identified 3 everyday habits that surprisingly harm memory. In this video, we'll break down the science behind each habit in simple terms and give you practical tips to fix them. We'll even show how things like the foods you reach for and your nightly routines might be affecting your memory. Stick around to learn how small changes can protect your brain and keep your mind sharp. By the way, drop a quick comment to let us know your age and where you're watching from. We love hearing from everyone out there. Habits 1. Bad diet habit. Senior-friendly tip. Skip the salty snack run and notice how you feel. Meet 72-year-old Jane. Some mornings she's in a rush and skips breakfast, then reaches for a donut and soda by mid-afternoon. By evening she feels foggy, forgets small details, and wonders if it's just senior moments. This scenario is all too common. Convenience foods and treats may taste good, but they can quietly harm memory over time. Poor diet habits hurt brain health through several science-backed mechanisms. When we eat lots of sugar and refined carbs, cakes, cookies, sweet drinks, we get big spikes in blood sugar that crash later, leaving brain cells with less fuel and causing inflammation. Over weeks and months, repeatedly spiking blood sugar can lead to insulin resistance. The same effect seen in type 2 diabetes, which studies link to memory problems in older adults. In fact, a recent study found older people with the highest sugar intake had double the risk of developing dementia compared to those with the lowest sugar diet. Processed foods are also often high in unhealthy fats, salt, and additives that promote low-grade inflammation, and this chronic inflammation is now recognized as a key driver of cognitive decline. Saturated fats, found in fried foods, butter, fatty red meat, and cheese, pose another threat. These fats raise bad LDL cholesterol, which can build up in arteries, including tiny vessels in the brain. As Harvard neurologist Dr. Francine Grodstein explains, LDL cholesterol builds up in and damages arteries. We know that's bad for your heart. There is now a lot of evidence that it's also bad for your brain. Over time, cholesterol plaques can block blood flow or cause small, silent strokes, starving brain cells of oxygen and nutrients. One study even found older women who ate the most saturated fat did worse on memory tests than those who ate very little saturated fat. The good news: small dietary changes can protect and even improve memory. Experts note that even short-term diet improvements help. In fact, a recent review warns that even short-term consumption of an unhealthy diet high in saturated fats and sugar can trigger brain inflammation and potentially harm cognition. But it works both ways. Fixing your eating patterns can calm inflammation and boost brain function. For example, research shows following a heart-healthy/Mediterranean-style diet, think fish, vegetables, olive oil, nuts, whole grains, cuts risk factors for memory loss. Brain-boosting foods. Choose real, wholesome foods that help senior brains thrive. For example, leafy greens, spinach, kale, collards, packed with nutrients. Studies show seniors eating a daily serving of greens had slower cognitive decline, effectively acting 11 years younger on memory tests. Berries. Strawberries, blueberries, and similar fruits are rich in antioxidants and flavonoids, which protect brain cells from damage. Add berries to oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothies. Omega-3 sources. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, or canned tuna, plus walnuts and flaxseed, supply DHA and EPA fats that support neuron health. Aim for a few servings of fish per week. Whole grains and legumes. Oats, brown rice, beans and lentils give steady energy, fiber slows sugar spikes, and B vitamins for brain power. Switch refined white bread or pasta to whole grain versions. Colorful vegetables. Bright veggies like peppers, carrots, and tomatoes offer vitamins and antioxidants. Cook them soft, steamed or roasted if chewing is hard. Essentially, a bad diet is one high in processed foods, saturated fats and sugar, notes an American Heart Association summary, and it warns that such a diet increases the risk for insulin resistance, diabetes and heart disease. All of these increase the risk for cognitive decline. The flip side. Lots of vegetables, fruits, fish and healthy fats, Mediterranean-style meals, can keep both heart and mind healthy. Senior-friendly eating tip. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Keep water or herbal tea nearby and sip throughout the day. Dehydration can make concentration and memory worse. Aim for 6 to 8 cups of fluids, water, milk, soup broth, daily. Prep in advance. Save time and effort by chopping veggies or fruit ahead of time, or by making large batch soups and freezing portions. Frozen fruits and veggies work great in smoothies or stews when fresh produce is expensive or inconvenient. Small frequent meals. If big meals feel like too much, eat 4 to 5 smaller meals/snacks instead of 3 large ones. Don't skip breakfast. Even a bowl of oatmeal or Greek yogurt with berries can kickstart your brain each morning. Smart convenience choices. When grabbing quick foods, pick healthier convenience options. For example, choose whole grain bread or crackers, low-sugar yogurt, ready-made salad kits, or canned beans/soup. Watch sodium. Even frozen meals can be okay if packed with veggies and low in salt. Soft, tasty alternatives. If chewing is difficult, enjoy smoothies, blend spinach, fruit, yogurt, mashed soups like carrot or squash soup, cooked cereals and soft cooked vegetables, e.g. stewed apples, baked sweet potato. These gentle foods still deliver brain nutrient. Flavor without junk. Use herbs and spices, cinnamon, turmeric, ginger, to add flavor without extra salt or sugar. A sprinkle of cinnamon on oatmeal or ginger in a stir-fry can make eating more enjoyable and nutritious. Building these new habits takes time. Old habits die hard, as one expert notes, but every healthy choice adds up. Remember, you are literally feeding your brain with every bite. By swapping out a soda for water, adding a handful of spinach to your lunch, or snacking on berries instead of chips, you're investing in sharper memory and clearer thinking. These changes are completely within reach, and they can help keep your mind younger and your days brighter. Habits 2. Why sitting too much hurts your memory. Think about spending a whole afternoon sitting, maybe reading or watching TV. It might feel relaxing, but long periods of stillness can actually rob your brain of power. When you're inactive, your heart pumps less blood, so less oxygen and nutrients reach your brain. Over time, this can shrink key memory areas like the hippocampus, literally downsizing your brain's memory center. Movement is a natural brain booster. Exercise increases blood flow and helps neurons fire better. Studies show people who exercise regularly often have larger brain regions for thinking and memory than those who don't. On the flip side, seniors who stay sedentary tend to have lower levels of BDNF, a brain fertilizer that keeps brain cells healthy. In fact, research links physical inactivity with hippocampal shrinkage, low BDNF, and age-related memory problems. Neurologist Dr. Vernon Williams puts it plainly. Exercise also promotes neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections and reorganize itself. Imagine it like this: every time you move, you're watering your brain and encouraging new pathways to grow. If you never move, those paths can dry up. The good news is, it's never too late to help your brain. Any movement helps. For example, if you usually sit reading for hours, stand up at chapter breaks to stretch or walk around. Even chores like carrying groceries raise your heart rate and flood your brain with blood. Simple exercises for every ability. Number 1. Walking or marching in place, a gentle stroll outside or pacing indoors for just 5 to 10 minutes a few times a day can be very powerful. Walking raises your heartbeat and floods your brain with fresh blood. Number 2. Light strength exercises. Use resistance bands or household items, like soup cans, to lift and stretch your arms and legs. This tones muscles and keeps circulation strong. Number 3. Chair yoga and stretching. If standing is hard, do exercises from your chair. Leg extensions, ankle circles, shoulder rolls and neck stretches can all be done seated. These small moves still wake up your body and signal your brain to stay alert. Number 4. Movement breaks. Set a timer to stand up every 20 to 30 minutes. March in place during TV commercials or gently stretch at the end of each book chapter. Short breaks like these add up to big benefit. For example, one senior found that getting up during every TV commercial for a few lunges made her feel more awake and helped her remember details better. Staying active isn't about running marathons, it's about consistency. Even short walks, a few simple exercises or light stretches can add up over time. Make it fun, play music while you walk, or call a friend to stretch with you. The key is making movement a normal part of your day. By breaking up long sitting periods, you nourish your brain with extra blood flow and growth factors. It's one of the easiest, most effective ways to fight memory decline. Now that you know how lack of exercise can harm your memory and how movement can protect it, let's gear up for the final countdown. In the next chapter, we'll reveal the number 1 habit that's even worse for seniors' memory, and exactly how to fix it. Habits 3. The sleep trap. If there's one habit that quietly does the most damage to senior memory, it's poor sleep. Not just the occasional restless night, but chronic short, broken, or low-quality sleep. Many adults over 60 accept this as normal aging. Waking up multiple times, falling asleep in front of the TV, or lying awake at 3 a.m. staring at the ceiling feels frustrating, but harmless. In reality, it may be the biggest memory saboteur of all. Your brain depends on sleep to store memories and clean itself. During deep sleep, the brain replays what you learned during the day and locks it into long-term memory. At the same time, a special cleaning system, called the glymphatic system, flushes out waste proteins, including beta-amyloid, the same substance linked to Alzheimer's disease. When sleep is short or fragmented, this cleanup never fully happens. Over time, waste builds up, memory suffers, and thinking becomes slower and foggier. Research strongly supports this. A large 25-year study found that adults over 50 who regularly slept 6 hours or less had a significantly higher risk of developing dementia later in life compared to those who slept 7 hours or more. This wasn't about extreme insomnia, just consistently, not enough sleep. Night after night, year after year. Sleep deprivation also disrupts important brain chemicals. Lack of sleep raises cortisol, the stress hormone, which directly interferes with memory formation. It also reduces acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter critical for learning and recall. That's why after a poor night's sleep, you may struggle to find words, forget appointments, or feel unusually irritable and unfocused. A geriatric sleep specialist once summarized it clearly: sleep is not rest for the brain, it is active maintenance. When maintenance is skipped, problems accumulate. Now here's the hopeful part. Sleep-related memory damage is one of the most reversible issues on this list. Start with consistency. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This trains your brain's internal clock, making it easier to fall and stay asleep. Next, protect the hour before bedtime. Bright lights, television news, and phones keep the brain alert. Instead, dim the lights, read something calming, stretch gently, or listen to soft music. Watch what you consume late in the day. Caffeine can linger in the body for 6 to 8 hours, even if you feel fine. Switch to decaf or herbal tea after early afternoon. Large, heavy dinners late at night force the body to digest when it should be resting, increasing nighttime awakenings. Aim for lighter evening meals and finish eating at least 3 hours before bed. Daytime habits matter too. Gentle daytime movement, even walking or chair exercises, improves nighttime sleep quality. Natural daylight exposure in the morning helps regulate melatonin, the hormone that controls sleep. And while short naps can be refreshing, long or late afternoon naps often steal sleep from the night. If you snore loudly, wake up gasping, or feel exhausted despite sleeping, talk to a doctor. Sleep apnea is common in older adults and severely harms memory, but treatment can dramatically improve both sleep and cognitive clarity. Better sleep doesn't just make you feel rested. It sharpens memory, improves mood, stabilizes blood sugar, and protects long-term brain health. Among all habits discussed, this one change often produces the fastest improvement. Many seniors report clearer thinking within weeks. Now, we want to hear from you. Which daily activity connected to memory has become more difficult lately? Remembering names, staying focused while reading, or recalling why you walked into a room. If you're over 60, when did you first notice your memory wasn't as sharp as it used to be? Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.